All new tonight, a local veteran says he's being discriminated against for having a prosthetic leg. David Cross has served 3 tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. He went to Darien Lake Amusement Park with his family this weekend and says he wasn't allowed on a water ride. He says injured vets need to know their rights at the park. News 4's Marissa Perlman is here with more. Marissa?
Well, Don, David Cross says he just wants to live a normal life now. He says he was embarrassed at Darien Lake this weekend when he was asked to remove his prosthetic leg if he wanted to go on Shipwreck, the ride. On his last tour serving in Iraq, David Cross was hit by a large IED and got shrapnel in his leg. Since then, it's been a struggle.
So I went 6 years trying to fix that, and they kept on doing test after test. And I heard about elective amputation. He
decided it was his best shot at a pain-free life.
It was an easy decision, but I knew it was big because for the first, until I got my leg for a while, I couldn't do anything.
His kids call it his robot leg, and he just got it 3 weeks ago. The goal now is to live his life as normal as possible. So when he got turned away from riding Shipwreck at Darien Lake Sunday, he felt embarrassed and targeted.
The worker came up to me and says, "I can't go on." So I proceeded to say, why? And they told me it was a balance issue for my prosthetic.
The attendant told him if he wanted to get on, he would have to remove his prosthetic leg.
I was just baffled, how their thought process was there.
Army Sergeant James Hackamer, who lost both his legs in a roadside bombing in Iraq, died after falling from the Ride of Steel.
Cross remembers this 2011 tragedy well, when the lap restraint on Superman failed to protect Sergeant Hackamer, a double amputee. But to Cross, that was a tragic, unique situation.
I literally almost have a full leg. I still have my knee joint. I'm here, so I should have no questions asked.
We reached out to Darien Lake about this issue. They say rider requirements are different at every ride. The general manager released this statement in park saying the park adheres to the ride manufacturer's safety guidelines to determine who's let on. Park leaders say the ride accessibility guidelines are displayed in front of every ride so guests know what to expect. And in the guidelines for Shipwreck, the park says guests wearing prosthetics may not ride and could be asked to remove their prosthesis if they want to get on. So park leaders also tell us there is also concern prosthetics could come loose and potentially injure other guests on certain rides, but Cross tells us the chance of that happening is almost impossible. If you're heading to the park and you'd like to know the safety rules for certain rides, we'll link you to the ride accessibility guidelines on the Founded on 4 section of WIVB.com. Marissa Perlman, News 4 at 6.